Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So today I'm coming back with the kit from magazine 80, issue 80, the Hunkydory one. This is part of the free kit, which is the Eternal Blooms. These are the purple set, which is Fabulous Florals. You've got this huge massive arch topper. You've got this beautiful square one with this foiling, which is just chef's kiss. It just really is. And then you've got that flashing again on that one. You've got lots of little sort of smaller toppers that could be cards in their own right. That's a card and a sentiment in its own right, saying you were born to stand out. Got a beautiful foiled border. This foiled cardstock is my favourite one out of the set. Look at the, you know, you've got the foiling, you've got all these little dots going on. It's just beautiful. I've picked out one of the matching papers, and that is the printed one with this sort of marble look on it. So I thought we would have a little play with that today. So I thought I'd go a little bit quite simpler with these cards. So this first card, I'm taking a 6x6 300 GSM white cardstock. So that's just gonna make my normal little 6x6. And then I've got some gold mirror card. This is the 6x6 mirror matte. I like to have a little bit of white on showing through on my card, so I'm just going to take 2 notches off 2 of the sides just to give me that fine white border that I like all the way around. Now previously, just on the guillotine, I've just used that paper, and I've cut that to 5 3/4 square just to make that mat to go on there. I'm also bringing in this little piece here. Now this came from the cards I made for the first set, the one with the sort of red peony, and this was a bit that I didn't use on one of the cards I made, so I've kept it sort of safe, and I think that's going to bring in that nice little bit of drama that I want for this card. I could have used the border, but I'm going to try and save that for something else. So let's do a little bit of assembly. So because this is the paper and I'm using this sort of marbled side, I don't like to use the cloud tacky glue on it because it's got that water content. The all-purpose glue, this one, is fine because it's got an alcohol sort of based content to it, so it's not a wet glue, if you know what I mean. Whereas the tacky glue will dry. It is a wet glue with that water content in it, so it's a bit weird, difficult to explain, but it's just that it works better with the, I get a better result, should I say, by using that alcohol glue in the middle. I'm just giving that a good press down, just because on one of my last cards I did see there was a bubble, but I could feel that there was like I hadn't pressed the glue down properly, so the glue had hardened into a sort of bubble, so that was my error. So just going back to my normal glues, now we're on cardstock, so I can put that tacky glue on the corner, and I can put that onto my card. Like I say, these are going to be really simple cards. I did have a problem with the camera. I was doing something slightly more complicated, but I will show you how far I've got with that one at the end if I don't forget. Okay, so I'm just doing a little bit of glue there. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this in across the middle. I'm just going to use some all-purpose glue on this one. You can use your glue dots if you prefer. Actually, I might put some glue dots on that end and that end. And I don't know if there's going to be any barking in this video because I've got a fairly nervous dog underneath me at the moment because of the fireworks. He's not been enjoying them this year at all. So from this one, I'm going to bring this square topper in. This is the prettiest topper on here. I love this foiling. I hope they do it with more kits because it's just gorgeous. I mean, the work they put in, honestly. So we've got that one, and then I'm going to take this happy birthday at the bottom. I think that is going to do perfectly well. Okay, so I'm not going to use that middle frame. I want that little bit of separation with my elements there. All right, hens, just having a little growl. Grr. So it's just, I'm hoping this doesn't get as bad as Pippin was. Pippin, oh, I used to shake something chronic, and like he'd get on the chair with you and your whole chair would be shaking. He was just so nervous, bless him. It's just gonna look quite straight as it should be. Yeah, that's fine now. Okay, so this is going that way around. Okay, and we've got that there. Oh, can't pick it up. So let me grab some scissors, because I can see there are a few little pips there, and because they're gold they do show up against these sort of darker colours. I think that's fine. Have we got any on there? Yes, we have. Oh, he might bark. There's just been some kind of firework going. Okay, so press them down. There we go. So I think I'm going to go for a 1mm foam pad with this. So it means I'm going to have to cut some down, so apologies. So just, there we go. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And it's just to give it a bit of support. If I pop it that way, then I know to try and leave out a little bit over the middle. So let's put that one on there. On there, they would have been a bit more awkwarder than they needed to be. Yeah, so there's a problem with the camera on the first card, so I don't know quite what happened. It was recording, it was showing it was recording, but it didn't record. So I'm praying that this one is going to be okay. I'm going to have to check it after each bit and see. Did a few tests and it did look like it was, so I need a few more. Just grab another one. Where are you going to need one? Oops, not that one. You look after that one for me, hens. I'm going to put one quite close, I think. Should be fine. And then same again on there. And if I pop that on, and that way. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. So just taking these backs off. I'm going to put some tacky glue on the back just to give me that little bit of wiggle room time. And pop them on. So I was watching Hobby Maker earlier today, and I think I don't know if Kat had anything on before, but I saw there was the Christmas quick card books. So I was watching that for a little while. I didn't see anything new, so I'm hoping we've got some nice new things this week. Not that it's, you know, not that I've got nothing to play with, because I've got loads of things here. I've still got quite a few Christmas kits that I haven't even played with. Okay, let's see. Let's use these 2mm ones on this one. I've noticed I've got a bruise on my hand and I'm not quite sure how. I need to pop. Oops. Right, so just because I've got that bar going across the middle, what I'm going to do is just grab a couple couple of 1mm pads. I think that should be fine. Yeah, feels good. Okay. And if you can hear a little bit of classical music in the background, that's because there is the classical music for dogs channel on in the background. That's in the kitchen, so don't think you'll be able to hear it. If you hear anything, it'll be the tumble dryer, even though he's in here, bless him. Here we go. So I'm going to pop that one in. I think I'm going to come off to the side with this one, and this is like card making at its easiest really, because it's literally just popping it all down. Yeah, let's grab another one of those. I'm hoping that's straight. Just the way the light is catching it made me think it wasn't. I think it should be okay. And then that's just going to go the right way up on the bottom, at the bottom right there. And then I think probably gold mirror gems is going to be best for this. What I want ideally is some of these smaller ones. Let me grab one of my little triangle trays. And I'm going to need my little pencil. And then if I can get my little pencil to pick it up, just going to scatter these around, just taking the smaller ones. And these are like the really, really tiny ones. And I'm going to have it coming down here as well. So we've got 5. Just put those back, pick some of those little ones. And then I'm going to come in with a larger one there. Larger one there, and is that about the same size? I think it is. No, it's a bit smaller. Maybe that one then. Yeah, I think that's better. Oops, that one's gone. Okay, so let's just move those up. A little bit maybe. Just want to kind of try and make it look like they're just throw that layer at the top. Maybe we can hide that one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, we can get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. That is better. Okay, so now we can come in with our glue. This is the hardest bit, to sort of coordinate yourself. And I'm not a natural, unnaturally ambidextrous person, but I do keep practicing at this, so and this glue will dry clear, so if I do get any sort of it does like to come out as a bubble sometimes. Just move that around, hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. Alright, why have you turned over? That was a bit naughty. Yeah, I'm not so comfortable with this pick-up pencil as I am with my other one. I did think about trying to sort of heat the wax up and see if I can sort of melt it to go back together again. But I've got a gas cooker and I don't really fancy melting it all over the thingy, and then you've got to, you know, if there's a problem, then you kind of at it, aren't you? Right, that is card number 1. Okay, like I said, keeping it really nice and simple just to get as much done as I can while he's underneath me. Kind of think that's okay. You'll have to let me know whether you think that's on the wonk, but I think that's okay. That is card number 1, so I'm just going to get set up for card number 2. Okay, so for my second card, I did mention about a stepper a little minute ago, and I thought rather than do my normal stepper, I'm going to do the slightly different one. So it's just going to have one step on it. So I'm going to pop this over, so it's 6 by 12, the same 300 GSM cardstock. I'm going to pop that in at 2 inches, and then I'm going to cut from 1 to 7. Okay. And then if I bring in my scoreboard, on the 2-inch side, so on the smaller side, I'm going to score at 1 inch up to the line, at 2 inch up to the line, and if I keep that straight, 7 inch up to the line. And then if I turn that over, I can score at 6 inch up to the line. Okay, so let's just pop that out of the way, and then we can just start to get this bending into position. So I'm just easing those folds down and in, and then what I'll do is just match up those sides there, give that burnish down, match up those sides there, give that a burnish down, and then what I should be able to do is just go in with those 2 sides there a burnish down, and then I've got that cute little stepper with just the 1 step. So let's grab my trimmer and a piece of gold mirror card. So this piece across here, I'm going to do it as 3 pieces. So I've got 1 by 6, 4 by 5 and 2 by 5. So if I start by taking that 1 inch piece first of all, so I'm going to take it 2 notches under the 1, just so that I've got that little bit of white coming through again. Just pretty much on all of my cards, it's how you will know one of my cards basically. There's usually always that there. And then for this piece here, I'm going to go 2 notches under the 2 by 2 notches under the 5. And that's there. And this bigger piece is 2 notches under the 4 by 2 notches under the 5. Okay, so that one's going to go on there. So now if I bring in, I think I'm going to use that foiled cardstock again. So we've got this one here. So for the bottom of this card, this one here, just see how big that border is. Yeah, I'm going to take the top off here, but I'm probably going to end up covering most of it with that border. So I'm just going to cut this at 3/4 of an inch, and that's going to be 5 3/4. Okay, so that's that piece there. And then I'm going to do this piece next, which is the 4 by 5. So it's going to be 5 long, so it's going to be 4 3/4 by 5 3/4. That doesn't look right. No, for some reason I've cut it 5 by 5, but never mind. It's going to be 3 3/4, that's why. So now I've got a nice piece if I need a little chunk, a stopper or something. That's going to be, you can see that already makes that card look pretty special. And then this piece is going to be 1 3/4. Again, I've got a nice border size piece there, and that's going to be by 4 3/4. And I'm going to keep that bit of gold on there. Don't know if I want to put it at the top or the bottom. I might put it at the bottom, because you're not going to see much of it anyway, because that will be hidden behind that step. Okay, so I think we have the ingredients for a nice card, so let's do some assembling. Okay, so I can use my normal glues on all of these because we are on cardstock the whole way around. So all-purpose, tacky in the corners. Well, I've just done them over the ends. We'll pop that on. Oops. Make sure that sits down quite nicely. Okay. And then I'm going to come in with this one. It's me being lazy, not putting it in the corners. So a little bit of tacky glue. That's going to go onto there quite nicely. And then we've got this piece here. Tumble dry is finished. Put one quiet. So again with these glues. Start of the month, isn't it? So might be diamond deals this week maybe. Do they refresh at the beginning of the month? Something refreshes, don't they? We've had our magazine, so it's not going to be no magazines. I wonder if I'll have a new kit this week. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Mind you, they only just had a nice one last week, so you can't be too greedy. So just popping these in, giving them a good press down, make sure they cover the necks really nicely with that glue. And then, like I said, I'm going to put those dots down at the bottom there. And then, having said I'm going to use my normal glues, I'm going to use this in the corners, just because lately I'm not sure whether my cardstock has been sort of a little bit moister in here because of the weather turning a bit cooler, but it has been sort of coming away from the gold card early, so we'll put that on there, make sure that stays put. But that's what we've got, even just without any bits on. We've got a pretty nice card there. Okay, now I did say I wanted to put this border on, so let's grab my scissors. Scissors again there. And we'll pop that border out. And then I think we'll go with the thanks a bunch because it's a nice wide sentiment, and I think it's going to go quite nicely onto there. just see that's moved a little bit. That's going to go quite nicely onto there. I'm wondering if I want to put this one on there as well, maybe with a little bit of ribbon. Let's see about that one. But that is what we have. So let's, I could put that one on there with a bit of ribbon and maybe put that one up there. Let's cut this piece down, so it needs to be 5 3/4 because it's going along this piece here. That's not me growling, that's Henry. Shh, big noise. Shush. Be quiet if you're down there. Okay, so we're going to have a nice border each side on that, so that's fine. I think, do I want to do this raised? Yeah, let's put a little bit of dimension on it because there's not a lot of things with dimension on this card. So let's just cut ourselves some 1mm. We're not going hugely high, but just a little bit. And let's just, don't know why that come away all weird. There, that'll be fine. So we can go ahead, take these backs off, and put some glue on, some tacky glue just to give us that little bit of wiggle room time. So here we go, there's a little bit of fireworks going off, so he's ignoring them at the moment, so being a good wee boy. Okay, so we'll do the same on these. We'll just pop some 1mm pads on, pop that over there to hide that little hole, put one on there, put that there, maybe cut that one down a little bit and pop that onto there. Okay. So I think what I am going to do is pop this thanks a bunch on this big side over here, and then we'll have that smaller sort of arch tag with a little bit of, I've got a bit of I think it's called wine coloured ribbon, so it's going to match in beautifully with these sort of dark purple bits. So let's just pop that out. Do I want to go in the middle or do I want to go? I'm going to go to one side. There we go. So scrub. You can see how perfect that it matches in. I started buying some sort of my favourite colours, buying the sort of reels. It's going to work out better for me in the long run, but it is a different type of ribbon to the little packs, like that one. Some of the ones that come like this, let me show you, like this, where there's just like a piece of it. This ribbon seems to be more thicker. Maybe, oh, I've done that wrong. So I'm going round, cross over, hold it tight, and then go under. Yes, this seems to be a bit more substantial, so I wonder if this is more of a better quality sort of seamstressy type ribbon than the other one. Okay, so let's just, I know I've wasted a lot there, so apologies. So that's my bow ready. I'm going to put that on last with one of my clamps. I think, can we get a lot more of those green? Sorry, this is going to crinkle a second. They're going to look nice. So let's grab my knife, and I'm going to take these really light green ones. Just put Two there. And one there. I don't think it needs any more than that. And obviously you could come in on this side and emboss that with embossing folder or stencil. I think if you've got like sort of like the fleur-de-lis or that sort of thing, it's all going to look gorgeous. I'm just going to pop a little bit of PVA glue there, or tacky glue. And then if I hold that in position rather awkwardly, and I can clamp that down. Oh, no. So I can just see for some reason one of the loops was just slightly bigger than the others. So let's try that again. Another little blob of glue. Pop that in. Put my tweezers on it. And then I will leave that to dry for about 10 minutes or so. And then that will be perfectly well glued. Not had one come off yet, touch wood, so that looks good. So let me just bring back in, let me move those out of the way, that first card I did. So we've got that one there, and I also said I would bring in the card I was doing when I had some problems, and it was this little 5x7 easel. I was going to put some more of that wine coloured ribbon here and a couple of gems, but that was going to be that first idea, which is a 5x7 little easel card. But that's it for today, so thank you so much for watching. I've got one more set to come back with this, so that will be on Tuesday. So we're on Sunday today, aren't we? Yeah, on Tuesday. So hopefully you're all having a good weekend, but I'll see you next week. But until then, happy crafting, bye.